Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Pokemon in the world of Pokemon Go, Kommo-o. Kommo-o evolves from Jangmo-o, which you can find in the wild or in 10-kilometer eggs. Kommo-o is a dragon and fighting type Pokemon, and for the moveset, I'm running Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, and Close Combat. It's a Pokemon with a great moveset and good stats, so I am very excited to try it out. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out if Kommo-o is worth the investment for the Open Ultra League. Hopping to the first match, leading Kommo-o into Talonflame. This is a very positive matchup. We are, of course, going to be resisting the Incinerates. The opponent save switches into a Confusion Cresselia, and we have a dominant response in Registeel. I did want to farm up a bit of energy on Kommo-o, and then we can very safely bring in the Registeel, as Registeel absolutely destroys Cresselia. We are going to start spamming out these Zap Cannons, doing as much damage as we possibly can. Registeel does not hit very hard, but it is very good at winning wars of attrition, and the Registeel Cresselia matchup is exactly that. Landing Zap Cannon number 2, and that gets Cresselia very low. My plan here is just to farm up to 100 energy and throw, but they actually end up switching as I reach a Zap Cannon. We're able to throw the Zap Cannon, get the shield from the Talonflame, and in comes Kommo-o, and we're going to go for the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw, not the highest damage move ever, so Talonflame is easily able to absorb it, but I do have to respect the Brave Bird. So I am going to commit the shield here, and they went for the Brave Bird. They lower their defense, and I believe I can farm down. Yes, we're able to farm down, and we leave with a ton of energy. If they bring back in Cresselia, I'm going straight for the Dragon Claw. It's low enough that Dragon Claw will KO, and I know they have a move stored, but we do win CMP. They shield up, and I'm going to shield in return, because being a dragon fighting type, I take double super effective from Moonblast, and the final Pokemon in the back is their own Registeel, and this game is over. Kommo-o going for the Close Combat. Close Combat able to connect for big damage onto the Registeel, and then I'm going to save my Kommo-o for later, and we're going to bring back in my Registeel. They go for the Focus Blast. Focus Blast does not KO. We're trying to get to the Focus Blast. We're able to get there, but we just get outpaced. They have to throw to take us out. They actually don't have Zap Cannon. They are running Flash Cannon there. I overfarm. Dragon Claw may have KO'd there, but I didn't want to risk it, so I decided just to go straight for the Close Combat. Back in comes Cresselia. Cresselia tries the Confusion down, but we're able to Dragon Tail them down, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Kommo-o into another Registeel. This is a pretty nice matchup, because we do survive the Focus Blast that they throw at us, and obviously we do resist Zap Cannon thanks to the Dragon typing, so I'm going to let the first one through, farm up to the back-to-back, but then they actually save switch into Poliwrath, and that is a problem. Poliwrath is a big core breaker for this team, as they could have Ice Punch for Kommo-o, they could have Scald for Talonflame, or they could have Dynamic Punch for Registeel, so I'm not 100% sure what to switch into. I do decide to commit the shield on the CMP tie. They have Scald. I am not bringing in Talonflame, so I'm going to bring in Registeel and just hope that for some reason, the very unlikely chance they don't have Dynamic Punch, but of course they do, they're able to hit me for super effective damage. From this range, a Focus Blast will KO, so I'm going to farm up to 100, go for the Focus Blast, and they actually decide to commit the shield. I am totally fine with that, not worried about that whatsoever. I am going to let this through. Dynamic Punch will get me quite low. I think I can get there, but I'm not able to. They're able to snipe with their Registeel, and I'm going to bring in Talonflame. Even though they do have Zap Cannon, which is unfortunate for this matchup, in a shield advantage situation, Talonflame still absolutely dominates Registeel. Unfortunately, because they were able to debuff me before I threw that first Flame Charge, I'm not going to be able to Incinerate down here. I will need to actually throw that second Flame Charge to secure the KO, and the thing we have to watch for here is that Poliwrath. We know it does have Scald, and I'm expecting it's coming back in. We throw an Incinerate, we switch into Kommo-o, and we're able to farm them down. They got a little greedy on energy. In the back, they have Sylveon, and that absolutely obliterates Kommo-o, but that's why we have two Pokemon in the back that resist Fairy types. We're able to bring in the Talonflame. Talonflame is going to be able to get to the back-to-back Flame Charges, and Psyshock is not going to be doing enough damage here. They go for the Psyshock. That is totally fine. We are going back with the Flame Charge. Flame Charge able to take them out, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Kommo-o into Defense Deoxys, and this is a big problem. Defense Deoxys is a very big core breaker for this team, as obviously they can use Rock Slide to hit Talonflame for double super effective damage, and they have Psycho Boost for Kommo-o. We do shield up. Unfortunately, they ended up baiting us with a Psycho Boost, and then they bring in Galarian Stunfisk. We have a big energy lead, so I will be able to force a shield, so we'll be back even on shields, but unfortunately, they have Rock Slide as well, and that hits for double super effective damage. I am able to barely survive it, and I will be able to get off this Flame Charge, but it just does not do enough damage to grab that second shield, so unfortunately, we're not able to grab shield advantage in the mid game, and I'm basically just going to commit to a very aggressive farm down with Kommo-o here. We tank the Earthquake, trying to farm down before they reach another move, but we're not able to, and they are able to reach a Rock Slide. We do survive it, it is resisted, but we are quite low, and Dragon Claw just doesn't do a whole lot of damage. We bring in Registeel, the Pokemon in the back is their own Registeel, and this is unfortunate. I'm going to go straight for the Focus Blast, and we're able to grab the shield. My only thinking here is maybe if I'm able to stall the timer long enough to snipe it with a close combat, if I can prevent myself from taking a charge move from their Registeel onto mine, then maybe I have a chance to win the game. But unfortunately, I only had one shield left and I just used it. So they are going to be able to reach a move. This is going to be doing massive super effective damage from the Focus Blast. And this move landing pretty much means the game's over. I'm going to farm up, try and bank a move. They do bring back in the Defense Deoxys, but Zap Cannon just does not do enough damage here. Defense Deoxys able to survive it just fine. I bring back in Kommo-o and we're going for the Dragon Claw, trying to do as much damage as possible, but Defense Deoxys is exceedingly tanky. I'm going to be going down to a Psycho Boost, and I end up resigning the match. Hopping to the next match, leading Kommo-o into Cresselia. This is a terrible lead. I'm going to save switch instantly into the Talonflame, and we are met with a Dragon Tail Gyarados. I build up to the Brave Bird, but I am going for the bait, hoping we can grab the shield, but the opponent makes a fantastic read. They're able to recognize that the Brave Bird would not have KO'd from full health, and they call the bait. Now, can we get to the Brave Bird? On very low HP, we are able to get to the Brave Bird. That is massive. This should draw a shield. I will have to go for an aggressive farm down with Kommo-o, but the nice thing is, in the Ultra League, Gyarados typically run Aqua Tail and Crunch. Both charge moves are resisted by Kommo-o. So even though these Dragon Tails are hitting us for super effective damage, we don't have to commit a shield, because my goal here is basically to keep shield advantage for Registeel in the endgame. We're able to live the Aqua Tail, the Dragon Tail goes through, and we're able to farm down. In comes Registeel, and they're staying in with Cresselia, so whatever is in the back does not want to see a Registeel with energy. We go for the Zap Cannon, they tank it, and it's their own Registeel, and here I do see a win con, because we have a shield advantage. So I'm just going to double shield my Regi, go for the first Focus Blast to grab the shield, go for Focus Blast number 2 to get it into close combat range, and then I'm going to snipe it with Kommo-o, and from there, that game should be over. But they actually went for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon is more expensive, meaning that they're not able to get to a second charge move here, so I don't even have to commit a shield. We're able to bring back in Kommo-o. Kommo-o absolutely vanquishes the Registeel. Back in comes Cresselia. Cresselia able to farm down because of our lower defense, but at this health disparity and with the shield advantage, even though they have a ton of energy banked, we should be in a very comfortable position to close out this match. We don't have any shields, but this is where the bulk of XL Registeel is absolutely unreal, and we're going to be able to increase that bulk even more by lowering their attack with the Zap Cannon. First Zap Cannon gets them quite low, they're at a second move. At this point, this game is over. They go for the Moonblast, throw a few more fast moves, and they resign the match. Hopping to the next match, leading Kommo-o into Shadow Swampert. This is exactly where we want to see Swampert on this team, as my back two Pokemon really do not like to see it. And honestly, Kommo-o does handle Swampert fairly well. These Dragon Tails really add up, and we're able to grab a shield with the Dragon Claw. This could be the Earthquake. I'm going to call the bait, and they were baiting. That is massive. Even when resisted, that Shadow Hydro Cannon still does a significant amount of damage. Kommo-o does have some decent bulk. Unfortunately, its HP is a little low, but it does make up for it with a pretty solid defense stat. I was able to grab 2 shields, and normally I would just take the shield advantage and incinerate down. But you know what? We're trying to feature Kommo-o, so we're going to double shield, and then the opponent brings in Charizard. I'm going to bank a Dragon Claw for later and then bring in Talonflame because one Brave Bird is going to absolutely vanquish this Charizard. They get to a move just before we do, only ends up being a Dragon Claw, and we're going to fire back with the Brave Bird, and Brave Bird is going to be taking out that Charizard, and we're able to win switch, and we have that move banked on Kommo-o for later in the match. I'm expecting them to come back in with Swampert, but they are running some spice. They have Shadow Honchkrow in the back. You absolutely love to see it. Now, we should be in a pretty decent spot here. I'm going to wait my clock. I'm going to bring in the Registeel. And then if they try and bring in the Shadow Swampert, I'm going to try and snipe. They bring in the Swampert. I bring in Kommo-o. I accidentally overtap, but we're still able to get off the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw takes care of the Shadow Swampert. Back in comes the Shadow Honchkrow, trying to farm down. They are not able to do so. Kommo-o able to reach another Dragon Claw, and that will take them out. And that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Kommo-o into yet another Swampert. Again, exactly where we want to see it. Like always, I'm going to build up to the close combat, but I'm going to bait with the Dragon Claw. Close combat would do a lot more damage here, but it's very risky because if they decide to shield, then suddenly I'm debuffed, but I don't really want to switch out because my back 2 Pokemon are very weak to Swampert. And again, we're able to call the Hydro Cannon bait. That is massive. We are going for the Dragon Claw. This will KO if they decide not to shield, so they do commit the shield. And we're able to get through a Dragon Tail. That is quite nice. I'm able to call the Hydro Cannon again. We're going for the farm down, but we're just not able to get there as they do reach a move. I will commit a shield just so I can farm down, and we're able to win the lead. And they have Lapras in the back. I wanted to get to the close combat, but I was going to go down as I reached the move, so I'm only able to get off a Dragon Claw. The nice thing is that we have XL Registeel, which does exceedingly well against Lapras. They go for the Surf, and I'm just going to build up a bunch of energy, expecting a catch. They go for the catch, and they have a Giratina altered in the back. Honestly, pretty happy with the fact that I get to debuff it, and now I'm going to bring in Talonflame. So long as they're not running Ancient Power, which very few trainers are, we should be in a really good position to close out this match. We have gotten some chip damage, so I'm actually going to go for the bait here. I'm going to go for the bait instead of the back-to-back Brave Birds, but the opponent decides to call it. That is not great. Now I'm going for the Brave Bird, hoping against hope that this will be able to land, and it does. It takes them out. Back in comes the Lapras, going for the farm down, trying to get to a move. I have the Brave Bird, but I click on the Flame Charge. That's a big mistake because they end up calling it, and now I'm in the unenviable position of needing to try and lock on down a Lapras. That was a big misplay by me. Fortunately, I can tank a lot of moves, and I'm going to have to because this Lapras is absolutely loaded on energy. They're able to get off Surf number 2. Incoming is Surf number 3. I should be able to survive this, so I'm going to let it go, and it's going to be a race of fast moves. Can we lock on down? Registeel! We're just not able to. They reach a move. I still have the shield. Can we kill in 5 lock-ons? Registeel able to clutch it, and that's a good game. Hopping into the next match, leading Kommo-o into Talonflame. Again, very nice lead for us, but we do have to watch for a potential Brave Bird. I am going to farm up and throw one turn after they get to the Brave Bird in the hopes of triggering a desync CMP tie, which I am able to do. That is quite nice. They tank the Dragon Claw, and we're able to farm down. So we're down a shield, but we leave very healthy, and they bring in Empoleon. I don't really want to swap out here because I don't want the Talonflame aligned on the Empoleon in the endgame, so I'm going to farm up a decent amount, go for the close combat, but unfortunately, they do respect it, and they commit the shield. I'm going to let Kommo-o go down, which is unfortunate, but we have Registeel, and with Focus Blast and Zap Cannon, we should be able to apply a lot of pressure onto this Empoleon. They go for the Hydro Cannon, we tank that no problem. I'm going to farm up, and then I'm going to go for the Focus Blast. Both are super effective, may as well go for the cheaper charge move, and we're able to grab the shield. These waterfalls plus that Hydro Cannon did chunk. I am going to want to commit the shield here just so I can preserve some health, but it is going to depend what they have in the back. I have to watch for the catch, and they have Venusaur in the back. So keeping switch advantage was very nice as we can put Talonflame on the Venusaur. They go for the Sludge Bomb. That's totally fine. I'm going to overfarm by 1 Incinerate here, and this should allow me to reach a Brave Bird versus the Empoleon before they're able to waterfall down. Back in comes the Empoleon, looking for the farm down. They're not able to get it. We reach a Brave Bird. A boosted Brave Bird, even when resisted, is more than enough to take out the Empoleon, and that's a good game. Hopping to the final match, leading Kommo-o into yet another Swampert. Well, we've seen this play out a couple times. This has apparently been the set of Swampert leads, and I am not too upset about it. We are going to go for the Dragon Claw, hoping we can grab the shield, which we do, and then I'm going to do what I've done. I'm just going to call the bait, but this time they go for the Earthquake. That actually does a lot more damage than I was expecting. They bring in Talonflame. I'm going to bank a close combat for later and bring in my own Talonflame, and we get to the Brave Bird, and we win the CMP tie as they reach 100 energy. We go for the Brave Bird, we get the shield, and somehow we sneak through an Incinerate. We should not have gotten an Incinerate there, because they should have been clicking the move as they reached 100 energy. So my guess is it's just the game not working correctly. Either way, very frustrating to see. I will need to commit the 2 shields, and then I'm going to farm up as much as I can, and we're going to be going for the Flame Charge. Since they're debuffed from those Brave Birds, Flame Charge will be enough to KO, and we will have residual energy. They bring back in the Swampert, but we have the close combat loaded on Kommo-o. We are going for the close combat. Close combat gets them very low, and the final Pokemon in the back is Trevenant. But we are only 1 Incinerate away from a Brave Bird. They're not able to get to the Shadow Ball. Brave Bird is going to be absolutely vanquishing the Trevenant. Back in comes the Swampert, and that's a good game. And now some final thoughts on Kommo-o. First off, I thought it performed really well. To be honest, I was running it with meta, but it didn't feel like a weak link by any means, definitely held its own, and its moveset is absolutely terrific. It doesn't have incredible bulk, but the bulk felt fairly adequate enough to the point where it was able to hold its own, even against some really, really bulky Pokemon. So all in all, I would say it's a very, very solid off-meta contender in the Open Ultra League, and honestly, I would say worth the investment. It's not too expensive of an investment in terms of Stardust. It doesn't need to be XL or anything like that. So if you are able to find a good one, I would definitely encourage building Kommo-o for the Open Ultra League. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.